Okay, next item on the agenda is legislative matters. First item is City Council consideration of an uncodified urgency ordinance of the City of Corona, temporarily amending provisions of Chapter 17.74 of the Corona Municipal Code and duly adopted specific plans to authorize additional temporary banner signs for businesses near the SR 91 corridor improvement project.
I move recommended action.
Second.
Please vote. And yes, Wes, that is one that it's hard to understand, but we're going to allow businesses that are impacted by the freeway to have more temporary banners. So something we've actually been working on for quite a while. Item B, City Council introduced by title only and waive full reading for consideration of ordinance number 3197, first reading of an ordinance of the City of Corona, California, amending sections 5.28.015, 5.28.035, and 5.28.080 of Chapter 5.28 of the Corona Municipal Code in order to make clarification, changes regarding the regulation of massage establishments.
Can we have a brief report?
Sure.
This item you have before you is a clarification item, even though it sounds very confusing. The initial item went before you on February 4th. It was the resulting change of Assembly Bill 1147, which changed the law and put local restriction and responsibility back to city government. After that went forward, several of the local massage businesses in town met with my staff and asked if they could propose if we would look at a couple small changes to it that makes it better for the business community. Basically, there was 3 changes, one being to change the wording under a finding and purpose, which more stipulates that there are legitimate massage establishments in town versus some that are not legitimate. So that wording was changed, and then the next 2 were simply to avoid redundancy. The original ordinance called for when they do a renewal application for their massage ordinance, it required additional fingerprints being submitted, as well as plans for upgrades, tenant improvements. And looking at their suggestions, they were indeed correct in that making those changes was simple to do for us. We still had the initial from their initial application, so it made sense to avoid that redundancy for the business owners and actually save them a little bit of a cost. So in summary, it's simply clarifying a couple things that the business community asked for, and it makes it easier for them.
I have a couple quick questions on that. Chief, that includes any massage therapists in like a chiropractor's office?
Correct.
And what about like a home business where there's a massage therapist that goes places or does in home?
If this change impacts them?
Correct.
Yeah, anyone who has a legitimate massage business.
So your legitimate is business license and gone through the PD, through fingerprinting and everything else?
Correct. And also gone through the California Massage Therapist Ordinance, who also oversee it and regulate as well as the police department.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have we been able to actually crack down again on some of the ones that we know are not legitimate?
There are several investigations currently underway, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Please vote. Thank you. Item C, City Council consideration of an ordinance of the City of Corona, California, amending Section 9.22.020 of the Corona Municipal Code concerning alcohol possession and consumption in city facilities. That the City Council, the recommendation will be that the City Council introduce by title only and waive full reading for consideration of ordinance number 3198, the first reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 9.22.020 of the Corona Municipal Code to allow for the sale, possession, and consumption of alcoholic beverages at the Corona Municipal Airport located at 1901 Aviation Drive. A motion or?
I think this one had some alarm raised to me with a phone call asking, are we allowing pilots then to drink? So is there a little clarification that there's, when it says city facilities, is that everywhere on the airport? and the hangars and everything, that alcohol now can be consumed?
Or is it just tied to the mud run activity?
It's just for the mud run.
Okay, so it's very specific event oriented.
Yes, for events, for special events. And in this case, it's specifically for the mud run.
Thank you. With that, I'll recommend the action.
Second.
Please vote. Thank you. Item 7, reports from city commissions, committees, and boards. Planning and Housing Commission, items not requiring city council action but subject to review. City council consideration of a conditional use permit 13-004, application for a conditional use permit application to construct a 65-foot high wireless telecommunications facility designed as a pine tree for Verizon Wireless on a 2.82 property located at 1717 Via del Rio in the R3 multifamily residential zone, and consideration of the negative declaration regarding potential environmental impacts of the project. Take no action. Okay. Next item is City Council